over 7 weeks after booking their place at Wembley with a 1-1 draw with Gillingham and Ashton Gate. Today is the day more than 40,000 Bristol City fans have been dreaming about since January. A trip to the capital, to Wembley, for one of the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final is the Robins' first in 7 years, and could see Steve Cotterill and his side bring home the first of 2 titles the Robins have their eyes on this season. City are beginning to become the first team to pick up the Football League trophy 3 times, while opponents Walsall are making their first ever appearance in the final of the competition and their Wembley debut. So it's Bristol City who get us started here in the big one in the capital. A roar goes up around Wembley. City striving to become the first team to win the Football League trophy 3 times, also making their first appearance in the final. City with good memories in this competition. They won it the last time they reached the final back in 2003. They've not been eligible to take part too much since then, as Marlon Pack sends an early ball forward. Mark Little chests it down, trying to find his way past Andy Taylor, who blocks his path well. Ayling looks back to Flint and over the top, cleared away by Chambers. Pack picks it up though for City, and now Wilbraham just dropping deep. Freeman, Bryan in plenty of space on Bristol City left. Williams has made a run on the outside. 4 options forward, Williams. Pack. City starting in the ascendancy in the opening minutes here. Bryan. Pack. Nice turn from Freeman, away from Ford. Might open up for Freeman. He was dipping. O'Donnell thought about it, and the birthday boy almost gets his big day. Off to the perfect start on his right. It was curling, but just a little bit too high. It was good play originally to turn and get away from Anthony Ford from Luke Freeman. Finish just not quite there. Had the space though. Now a chance for Walsall to break. Bristol City committed a little bit too much over on the left-hand side, and Ayling makes a really strong recovering challenge. And now looking to turn defence into attack, Bristol City. I think Ayling wanted Wilbraham to take over. Luckily for City, Ayling had enough of his wits about him to keep possession. Williams. Down the line, Agard, good touch. He's done well to get away from Downing now. Pulls it back for Freeman, not a great pass. Still might open up. Freeman trying to get it onto his left, and Smith, it's blocked, and the opening corner of the game. Just under 6 minutes played here, Corey Smith with the shot blocked behind. Scored his only goals for Bristol City so far in this competition. A wonderful double at Cheltenham in their first game of the season in the JPT back in October. And the goal of the round for the second one, a decent strike from outside the box. City so strong from set pieces. Scored from one on Tuesday night. What can they do here? Freeman in swinging towards the back post, and gobbled up though by Richard O'Donnell with ease. And Wilbraham's just taken a tumble, but looks like he'll be okay inside the box. Meanwhile, Walsall looking to attack now. Here's Chambers. Bradshaw. All the way back to James Chambers, and it's a really nice first-time ball over to the left, and now into the box. Decent challenge from Mark Little to get the block in. But from the edge of the box, going for it again. Needed a save from Fielding. Didn't really have the power to ever trouble the Bristol City stopper. But that's Walsall's first sight of goal. Bristol City looking to play it out now. Here's Pack. Smith, Freeman inside the centre circle. He's just in between that pocket of space between the defence and midfield, and it's a good run. Here's Little, pulls it across. Needed a better ball. Wilbraham and Agard queuing up there on the edge of the 6-yard box and ready to slot that home if it had been a better delivery from Mark Little, looking to become the first player to win the Johnstone's Paint Trophy in consecutive seasons. All the work again done by that man, Luke Freeman. Little, I think he's just offside, but it really is borderline. Bristol City surviving and just probing from defence. There's Williams. Pack. Freeman again. Manson trying to win it back, but he's fed Agard here. Agard, he'll have the shot from the angle. Quarter of the way through the first half now. Still Bristol City 0, Walsall 0. Ball played forward. It's controlled really well from Agard. He's got Bryan in space on the left here, and Williams making a run forward too. Bryan into the box. Right to the byline. Will he keep it in? Not quite. Well, you never know with Bryan. Is he going to go inside or out? Just as comfortable on both sides. But maybe chose the wrong decision. Forced down the line by Perkis. He couldn't keep it in. The Bristol City youngster named the Football League Young Player of the Month for February in the week. At the moment he was going down the line, I think he just didn't help himself with a fairly poor touch. There's always a danger down that left-hand side though, Joe Bryan. Mark Little. Little wants to pull it across, he'll win a corner instead. Another chance for Bristol City to deliver it in, and Luke Freeman across to take it. Defending from Taylor, tracked him all the way. And Little, he's proved quite dangerous down that right-hand side so far, using his pace to good effect. Freeman swung in near post this time, and it's headed up and behind from a Walsall head. And now Marlon Pack will deliver from this side. There's a Pack delivery that saw Aidan Flint get on the score sheet on Tuesday night against Crewe. And taking it in front of the Walsall fans, getting a little bit of stick at the same time. And swinger from Pack is a little bit further out, and it's in! Aidan Flint gets Bristol City underway, and it's the Robins who strike first in the Johnstone's Paint Trophy final. 6 in his last 10, and it was a bullet header to get Bristol City underway. Another wonderful delivery from Marlon Pack, out swinger, and it was an easy header from Aidan Flint, who rose above his man and headed past O'Donnell to get Bristol City underway. And a clear sight of goal. Aidan Flint, who grabs his 10th goal of the season, and with a quarter of an hour played, it's Bristol City who take the lead. They've scored well in excess of that. It's Freeman. Will he settle for the corner? No. It's a decent looking cross. He was going to find Aaron Wilbraham before James Chambers got an important header in. He's managed to turn defence into attack as well with that. There's Jordan Cook down the left-hand side. Into Mantum, he's got space, he hasn't scored all season. And instead of having the shot, he will look for Ford. Ford's delivery, falls for Sawyers, still not clear, Mantum. Now Taylor. Taylor swung in. Header from Cook. You won't want to remember that one for too long. Got far too much under it, and it's well, from a free header, you want to be doing a lot better than that. He's got 4 goals to his name this season, Jordan Cook. As away he goes up from the Bristol City fans behind Frank Fielding's goal. Just under 20 minutes gone. It's City with that 1-goal advantage. Aidan Flint. And they could, on the balance of play, perhaps have had more, and they might find one here. Agard, he's got Wilbraham in the middle. Not sure if he was going for goal or trying to find his strike partner, but there was an important challenge that came in. James Chambers, and took the sting out of the ball, made it easy for O'Donnell. Agard has looked a real thorn in the defence of Walsall so far this afternoon. Managed to win the ball from Downing on that left-hand side, and it was a really good challenge, to be fair, from Chambers. Made some important challenges so far, the defender. As Bristol City win themselves a free kick, as Sawyers looked like he might be eyeing up a sight of goal there. Everyone back for Bristol City. Outswinger from Ford, headed up and behind from Mark Little. I don't think that's the header that he was going for at all. Bristol City's number 2. Fielding did jump for it. Ford will go across to take it on this far side now. It's really ballooned off the Bristol City defender's head there. He got a shove from Aidan Flint inadvertently. Forward again, right into the middle. Wilbraham away this time, only so far as Manton. Can't get the ball out of his feet though. Finds Ford now on the left-hand side. Into the box away from Bryant. Down from Manton. Taylor on the outside. Hanging cross, and Bradshaw not far away from it. Chambers. There's Perkis. Perkis will strike. He got struck through it pretty well there. The Walsall right back Perkis hasn't scored this season. It was fairly comfortably over, but not too far away, and I think he's calling that there was a touch on the way through. Luke Ayling. Little up against Taylor, and he's down the outside of Taylor. He can pull it the cross in here. Is Wilbraham. Needed a better touch. The time to set himself there, Wilbraham, but he couldn't keep it down. It's good work from Mark Little down the Bristol City right. He did well to get his way past Taylor, who I think was trying to pull him back and stop the cross from coming in. And Wilbraham just arching his body, but far too much under that. And to add his 18th of the season today, Wilbraham. He's got a 100% record when it comes to Wembley finals. He won in this competition with MK Dons and also with Crystal Palace in the Championship playoff final back in 2013. Bryan certainly took a touch off the hand of Perkis, but found its way to Wilbraham nonetheless. Almost a mix-up in the defence there between Andy Taylor and O'Donnell. Little just looking to find his way in between. He almost did it. Just ghosted in. Bristol City wing back. Taylor, 2 over it, but he'll leave it. It's into the near post. Flint away. Manton picks it up. And volleys horribly wide. And he hasn't scored all season, Sam Manton. It's a difficult ball to bring down, especially taking it first time, but he sliced it. Dean Smith and his men. It's not been a great day in front of goal so far. It's Freeman. Also getting numbers back in defence, but Freeman still going as he tries to find a way past Taylor. Pulls inside. The greatest of crosses. And Bryan now will pick it up on the left. These two will look to deliver. Pack. Williams. Some space in front of Pack, and he might eye up a shot. He'll go for it, in fact. He had a nice curl. But it ended up comfortably in the arms of Richard O'Donnell in the Walsall goal. Pack just with the 1 goal to his name in a Bristol City shirt so far. He just had that little pocket of space ahead of him. Really opened up for the City midfielder. Sawyers. Chambers. Well played from Mark Little. And he's brought down from Sawyers on Bristol City right on the touchline. City are going to try and pump this one towards the box. Sawyers just frustrated there. You can see as he comes across, just clatters into Mark Little. And he is going to be the first player to be cautioned this afternoon. Walsall just checking the number of the Walsall midfielder. Over to Perkis. He can swing it in here. It's a little bit high, but kept alive by Cook. Ailing away to the edge of the box. Taylor! Just for a second you wondered. I think Frank Fielding was worried too. Sat up nicely for Taylor. He struck it well enough. It wasn't too far away either. Real rocket of an effort from the Walsall left back. Really put his foot through it. And just a foot or so away over Frank Fielding's bar. And had the Bristol City goalkeeper thinking about it, certainly. And Flint Forward over the top. Wilbraham chest it down here, and he's going to have a go. It was ambitious, certainly, from City's top scorer. I don't think he thought he had anywhere really to go. The captain, as 1 minute is added on.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute time allowed.
Bristol City on course for a record third Johnstone's Paint Trophy final victory as it stands. Aidan Flint's first half header, the difference between the two sides so far. As Williams heads it forward out of defence, but it's picked off immediately by Chambers. Walsall were out after the break a long time before their Bristol City counterparts. I wonder if that's a bit of gamesmanship from Steve Cottrell. Always keen to get the message through to his players as well, and be sure to remind them that we've still got 45 minutes to go here, and it's certainly not job done, as Kieran Agard wins himself a free kick. Good position to get it forward, and Flint is heading up from the back. Chambers has too many complaints, the captain. One of two Chambers in the squad. They are both brothers. James, the defender, who has really been the one at the back for Walsall, who has been getting the tackles in, the blocks in, the headers away. And Bristol City have looked dangerous on occasion. And what can they do here from Luke Freeman's delivery? Freeman gets it back from Smith. He's trying to find Flint, who heads it across. It's flicked up and behind. The final touch came from Derek Williams. Williams looking to double his tally in this competition for the season. The ball played across, and Flint came in with the header. The flick from Derek Williams, but it was high and ended up on top of Richard O'Donnell's net. Good to see any real goalmouth action with 5 minutes played since the break. Agard. Ayling. I think if he was left-footed, he might have had a go there. Instead, it's Williams. Looking towards Freeman. And just being stood up here by Downing. Freeman takes it on his right in the end. Little's there. The save is there, but Mark Little doubles the lead in front of the City end, and the man who's looking to win the trophy for the second year in a row might have just put City one step closer towards that goal. Ball came in from Freeman after he delivered it on his right. And although O'Donnell could keep out Little's first effort, he could do nothing about the rebound, and he doubles Bristol City's lead with 6 minutes played at the start of the second half. And our City now heading towards that record-breaking third Johnstone's Paint Trophy final here at Wembley. Well, it's a great cross from Luke Freeman, and Taylor was nowhere near Mark Little. Picked up by Ford. To Perkis. Into the box, Bradshaw. He's got no one with him though. Sawyer's making a late run. By himself a corner at least. Well played from Bradshaw, who didn't really have anywhere to go. Held up well by Aidan Flint. Bristol City fans really come alive since that second goal. Even as Walsall take this corner from their right-hand side. Potentially a short option, Perkis offering himself, but instead it's into the middle. Flint up and away. Here's Mantum. Put his foot through it. Just too much under it. I'm not even sure he had to hit that first time, Mantum. As the ball came across, no, he possibly could have taken a touch. But he went for the first time effort. It was better than his volley from the first half, certainly, but certainly no danger of ever troubling Frank Fielding. Taylor. Cook away from Ayling, who fouled him. Advantage is played. He strikes the post. Here's Bradshaw. On the way to safety. Well, delivery from Cook from the left-hand side. Managed to get his way past Luke Ayling. It was untouched by everyone fielding, backpedaling as it struck the post. Ford couldn't get the shot away from the rebound, and when it found Bradshaw, a sigh of relief from the Bristol City defence, as he couldn't really bring it under control, and it ends up harmlessly behind. But it's the closest that Walsall have come, albeit inadvertently really, from a cross. Manton. Pat Sawyers gets away from him. Advantage played after Pat's foul, and Walsall still in possession. It's Cook in again. Fielding, I think, was a little bit worried about that one as well. This time a bit further away though from the Walsall left winger. Can strike them with either foot. I think some expected him to line up on the right hand side of attack. Ayling. A bad looking delivery. Wilbraham won't get there, but Brian will. Onto his right. Pack. Always rising, Marlon Pack's effort. Struck with his weaker foot, Marlon Pack. And Brian looks as though he might shoot on his right from a similar position to the one he scored against Walsall earlier this season up in the West Midlands. Taylor inside of Little. Chambers. Manton. Goes to Perkis. And Ford into the box. Flint away. Clearance wasn't the best. Perkis back in. It's Cook trying to get on it. And Fielding catches right under his own bar. And then just falls to the ground, using up a few seconds. And Cook managed to get the header in, but it wasn't the greatest quality in the end. After a decent looking cross, he had work to do to try and win the ball from Mark Little. It's Freeman attacking. Similar position to where he set up the second goal, and he's past his man towards the back post. The cross wasn't the best. Comfortably over Aaron Wilbraham. O'Donnell is down inside his own 6-yard box. I think it was just a collision with one of the Bristol City players, possibly Corey Smith. And the referee, Mick Russell, is just going to go and see that O'Donnell is okay. Physio, I don't think is going to be required. And also just giving O'Donnell a couple of seconds to get himself together. And Freeman did ever so well down the left-hand side, but couldn't pick out a Bristol City man with his cross this time. And O'Donnell has just fallen over Corey Smith, who was collided himself with Adam Chambers. Almost midway through the second half now. I wonder whether Steve Cottrell will be showing his hand and making a change sooner rather than later. He's got plenty of talent on the bench. J. Emmanuel Thomas, who of course scored on Tuesday night. Here's Little, ball across. What a save from O'Donnell, and Bryant off the bar, and it's in. Has it been given? No, there's an offside flag up. I think it's against Joe Bryant. Well, we do have goal line technology here at Wembley as well, so a question of whether that had crossed the line in the first place. And as the cross comes in from the right hand side, I think he's just mistimed his run there, Aaron Wilbraham. He's just a fraction off as the ball came in. It's an excellent save from O'Donnell in the first place, and the rebound, although it did go in, the flag was already up. Freeman's delivery now from the Bristol City right. It's swung in towards the back post. O'Donnell got something on it, headed back in by Pack, and cleared up and away. Now here's Sawyers on the break. Can't get to it before Sawyers. Hewula inside. Here is Hewula. He'll go for it, and it's high and not at all handsome from the Manchester City loanee. 4 goals to his name this season, but we need to find his finishing boots if he's going to add to that tally this afternoon. Now, Hewula lets it run, and it was a good decision. Sawyers, Manton, they've got Ford in acres of space on the right. Cuts inside of Bryan, and he'll go for goal. Really good build-up from Ford, but didn't have a finish to match. And he found himself in so much space on the right-hand side. And he managed to shake off Joe Bryan. It's going to be a second substitution, and Ford, having missed that shot, is going to play no further part in the game this afternoon. It's Ashley Grimes taking his place. There's Manton. A chance for Baxendale to have a go, and he does. Fielding shouting at his defence. It's the closest that Walsall have come for some time, and he was allowed to run a long way there, James Baxendale, on the ball. Flint just backed off and had a better shot. It's Wade Elliott, the captain, who will play at least some part here at Wembley. Fond memories of this ground after an absolutely stunning strike for Burnley a few years ago in the Championship playoff final against Sheffield United. And Luke Freeman, the birthday boy, won't be getting on the score sheet this afternoon, but it looks as though he will be getting his hands on the Johnstone Paint Trophy. A bigger prize altogether. There's also going to be 4 added minutes at the end of the second half as J. Emmanuel Thomas bursts forward from midfield, and he's caught O'Donnell almost. Picked up by Cunningham. He'll go for goal. Well, when you're 2-0 up and in injury time, you can have shots like that, and Cunningham can hit them. That one was a little bit too high and certainly wayward from the Irishman. Well, that back pass, J. Emmanuel Thomas so close to... It's eventually picked off. Boos from the Bristol City end after they were cheering every touch. Over to the right, and Sawyers will go for it. Oh, it was a cross-come shot, I think, from Romain Sawyers. It was close to catching Bristol City out. Just couldn't quite do it. And I think that might just be that now, with 15 seconds left here at Wembley. And Bristol City, well, the fans have just stepped up the atmosphere a notch. Surely that is that for this year's Johnstone's Paint Trophy, and it's going to be Bristol City picking it up for a record 3rd time here at Wembley Stadium in the capital. The final whistle goes, and it's Bristol City who lift the Johnstone's Paint Trophy for a record 3rd time. The Robins mark the start of what could be a very special few weeks with a comfortable win here in the capital, and the first of 2 trophies that they'll hope to be taking back to BS3 this season. They led as early as the 15th minute, Aidan Flint grabbing his 10th of the season from a corner, and they made it 2 just after the break. Mark Little pouncing after his initial shot had been saved by O'Donnell, and it's Bristol City who become the 3rd team to win the Johnstone's Paint Trophy 3 times. It's disappointment for Walsall. Their first Wembley encounter ends in defeat, but Steve Cottrell and his men celebrate on the Wembley pitch, and it's they who will go up the 107 steps to the Royal Box to collect the magnificent trophy in just a few short minutes' time, and in front of 42,000 travelling Bristol City fans. What a day for the Robins here in London. Steve Cottrell turns to the Bristol City fans behind the dugout on the halfway line and just makes a gesture as though to say, this is for you. And Derek Williams, J. Emmanuel Thomas down on the pitch, they're celebrating. Mark Mark Little walks towards the Bristol City fans behind the goal, and this really will erase some harsh memories for Bristol City here at Wembley. The last time they were here it ended so painfully in defeat, but it's been so comfortable and such a great win this afternoon. Aidan Flint and Mark Little, the two to make it happen, but well, really a squad effort today and throughout the season, and what a season it is shaping up to be.
General Manager, Johnstone.
Great celebrations down in front of the Bristol City end. The players all donning red wigs, celebrating amongst themselves and with the staff and with the 42,000 here from Bristol. Steve Cottrell, I think he's just waiting to climb those 107 steps up to the Royal Box. Quite a trophy, I'm sure you'll agree. And Wilbraham and Wade Elliott lift it together as 40-odd thousand Bristol City fans to our right go mad inside Wembley. It's been a great day, marking what will surely now be a great season for this record-breaking side.